Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Gus Sorola.
Just when you thought the stories about Pokemon Go couldn't get any weirder, along comes Russia to kick the strangeness to a whole new evolution.
Oh, nice. This week, a Russian YouTuber has been arrested for playing Pokemon Go in church. He's now being detained for the next 2 months, according to state police, and ultimately faces a sentence of up to 5 years in prison.
In Soviet Russia, Pokemon Go catches you. The YouTuber in question is 21-year-old Ruslan Sokolovsky, a vlogger or vlogger with around 300,000 subscribers whose content focuses on science and Russian news and occasionally antagonizing the state.
Should have left that last one off. While fans around the world were thrilled by the release of Pokemon Go, Russian authorities were less than enthused about the game, which still isn't out officially in the country. Once Go started hitting its peak in late July and early August, it met a lot of criticism from state officials.
One senator from Russia's Federation Council called Pokemon Go a devil, which was trying to tear our morality apart from the inside. Others warned that it was a tool for espionage. It wasn't long before Russian media began to report on the possibility of criminal charges for anyone caught playing the game in sacred public spaces, like, say, a church.
And that's where Sokolovsky comes in. Early last month, the vlogger, or vlogger, created a video in response to the media in which he went and did the thing they said you shouldn't do. The video, which now has more than 1.1 million views at time of writing, starts with Sokolovsky standing in front of the Church of All Saints in Yekaterinburg.
He opens the video by saying, "How can one offend by entering a church with a smartphone? I decided to just catch some Pokemon in church because why not? I believe it's both safe and not prohibited by law. Let's go."
That's not how law works.
Didn't work out like that.
Once
No.
the video was published, it started getting picked up by Russian media, with Sokolovsky making even more vlogs about the discussions that followed. And then the police started investigating him, which ultimately led to his arrest over the weekend.
Ooh, Russia used authoritarian power. It's super effective. As for what kinds of charges they could even bring against the YouTuber, the police released a statement about the investigation and the actual crimes he committed.
According to the Investigative Committee of Russia, Sokolovsky engaged in several episodes of extremist crimes, as well as public actions expressing clear disrespect for society and committed in order to insult the religious feelings of believers.
He is accused of perpetrating 2 counts of incitement of hatred or hostility and humiliation of human dignity, and 1 count of violation of the right to freedom of conscience and religion committed in places specially designed for worship and other religious rites and ceremonies. That's a law thing? Nice. Weird. The first of those being for his videos criticizing the church, and the second being the actual capturing of Pokemon within the church.
You think putting him in jail would violate his freedom of conscience, though?
Guess not.
Sokolovsky's arrest has now been met with varying responses from public figures in Russia. One spokesman for the Russian Orthodox Church released a statement on Facebook saying that he was not arrested for catching Pokemon in the church per se, but for being disrespectful.
So watch out, you kids.
Sokolovsky did refer to Jesus as the rarest Pokemon in his video.
Yeah, okay.
And he hopes that somebody helps him understand that he was wrong.
Yeah, okay. Well, Pokemon is Jesus' Pokemon one. Okay, fine. Others have come out in support of Sokolovsky, however, like the mayor of Yekaterinburg, where Sokolovsky committed the act. In his statement, the mayor called the arrest a disgrace, but also called Sokolovsky's actions human stupidity. So, he's not wrong. He also pointed out the hypocrisy of the young vlogger facing 5 years in prison, while a recent regional minister got house arrest after being accused of embezzling millions of dollars. Also not wrong, so good on you, Mayor.
But support doesn't stop there. Members of the Russian punk band Pussy Riot have been speaking out of Sokolovsky's behalf on social media, and you know they have strong opinions.
That's right. Interestingly enough, the charges faced by the vlogger are the same charges leveled against Pussy Riot back in 2012 for performing a concert at Moscow's Cathedral of Christ the Savior to protest the church's support of Putin. Afterwards, 3 members were arrested for hooliganism and religious hatred. I would love to get arrested for hooliganism. Young hooligans.
Go to a footy match in the UK. One of the members eventually got their sentence dropped, but the other 2 ended up being sent to a prison colony for 2 years because of the charges. So that doesn't sound too promising for Sokolovsky's chance of just getting a slap on the wrist.
I retract my statement. I do not wish to be arrested for hooliganism. Other voices of support are rising on social media as well, thanks to the hashtag #FreeSokolovsky. And hashtag. And other activists are talking about getting together to play Pokemon Go at a church in St. Petersburg in protest of his arrest.
Don't do that.
Which I'm sure is gonna go great.
Don't do that. Russia isn't the only country that's butted heads with Pokemon Go players on an official level. Last month we reported on Iran, who banned the game nationwide, citing security concerns.
This is no doubt one of the most extreme examples we've seen over the last couple of months, but Pokemon Go so far has been no stranger to shattering all kinds of social taboos and creating some new ones while they're at it around the world since its launch in July. It basically disrupted life as we know it, and also speech.
It disrupted it.
It disrupted everything.
Some of the recent incidents involving the game brushing up against taboos would have to be reports that it was sending people in droves to the infamous suicide spot in Japan. The place known as Tajinbo sees as many as 25 suicides a year and is said to be haunted by a Buddhist priest, but now it's haunted by Pokemon and Pokemon players.
Ew. And this week, reports surfaced of an Indian lawyer filing a claim in the country's high court with Niantic, stating that it hurts the religious feelings of millions of Hindus for displaying Pokemon eggs. The court has now asked Niantic for an official response to the charges. Someone should tell them that you don't actually eat the Pokemon egg.
But as we all know, that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this game, which keeps managing to top itself with ludicrous stories from around the world.
Hopefully, in Sokolovsky's case, everything will eventually sort out, but so far the precedence for other public figures who've criticized the state and church in Russia hasn't gone all that great in recent years. Maybe the support rallying for him will fall on sympathetic ears? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Regardless, be sure you know the law when you're out catching Pokemon and try not to break too many of them while you're doing so.
What do you guys think of this story of the Russian vlogger getting arrested for Pokemon Go and potentially facing prison? Maybe he can go to prison with Pussy Riot and he'll be like, woohoo!
A prison colony.
Yeah.
For future updates from around the world and its weird obsession with Pokemon Go, like this video and subscribe to The Know.
And once you've done all that, come buy our new shirt. Ta-da! We got a shirt.
You got a shirt. I don't know.
I feel stylish as hell. I will get you a shirt.
I would like a shirt. I'm standing here, busting my ass, saying Sokolovsky over and over, and I don't get a shirt.
You speak in the Russian constantly.